The 2025 Eurobasket has kicked off with Luka Dončić and Slovenia playing their first game today against Poland, and surprisingly losing 95-105. But as usual, Luka Dončić carried the whole team, leading in every major stat. He scored 34 points, doubled the second highest scorer on his team, added 9 assists, tripled the next best teammate with 4 rebounds plus 5 steals and 2 blocks, basically doing everything while the rest of the team looked invisible. It's disappointing for Slovenia to drop the opener, but they still have a shot to bounce back and fight for the Eurobasket title if they win the rest of their games. Still, from the Lakers' angle, with Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss sitting courtside, the loss didn't matter. All they cared about was Luka looking healthy, and that's all they'll keep watching for. Luka Dončić is finally getting back to his old form, actually putting in work on the court and playing against tough competition even though Slovenia still isn't fully clicking as a team. And no, this isn't a joke. Both Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss flew all the way to Poland just to watch Luka Dončić and the Slovenian national team take on Poland. They weren't hiding it either. They came straight there to show support. Luka even said, quote, "Jeanie Buss and Rob Pelinka's visit means a lot to me. I know they had a long flight today. We ate lunch together and I'm really thankful they came. They truly support me and I appreciate that." Honestly, that feels like a complete 180 compared to how he usually talks about the Mavericks front office, who barely acknowledge his summer grind with Slovenia and act like his time away is a distraction instead of something valuable. Whether Luka just wants to be in his home country, play for Slovenia, train with them, or whatever, the difference in how the Lakers handle it versus the Mavericks is like night and day. Dallas always acted weird about it, while the Lakers front office, Rob Pelinka and Jeanie Buss, are openly supporting him. And it's not just Luka saying that. Both Rob and Jeanie have spoken on it, too. Rob Pelinka even addressed the whole idea of letting Luka Dončić play with the Slovenian team despite the risk of injury. Here's what he said when asked if he had any issue with his star playing summer ball. "Zero problems. It's something we believe in." That's a strong statement and shows total confidence in Luka, while low-key throwing shade at the Mavericks for how they've always tried to control him. The Lakers organization, from their leadership down to their executives, have been nothing but supportive. It's been a real partnership with Luka. Not just support, it's strategy. Something the Mavericks never thought to do. I like what Rob Pelinka said here, and honestly, I don't think he's faking it. The Lakers seem completely fine with Luka Dončić playing for Slovenia, and it's clearly motivating for him to rep his home country and compete at a high level while the NBA is in its off-season. To me, this works for both sides. If the Lakers tried to block Luka from playing for Slovenia, the fallout would be way worse than any risk of injury. We've already seen how messy this can get with the Mavericks. They never outright banned him from playing, but everyone knows they didn't like it. Reports kept pointing out how Dallas wasn't supportive of him going back home, training with his own people, and spending his summers away from the team. That lack of trust created tension, and it's exactly what the Lakers are avoiding. Luka felt that lack of support too, which only made the divide with Dallas worse and eventually ended in an ugly breakup, the trade. That's why I respect what Rob Pelinka said about this so much. Letting Luka Dončić play for Slovenia, having zero issues with it, and even turning it into a partnership with the Slovenian national team by sending a Lakers staff member to help him. Not to boss him around or control him, but just to support his training and keep things aligned with what the Lakers want. And then there's Jeanie Buss. She spoke on the Luka Dončić trade itself, how tough it was for him at first, how sad he was when it happened, and how they worked through that together. Now, they've built something stronger. Add in the emotional connection between the Lakers, Kobe Bryant, and Luka, and it's clear this isn't just business, it's personal. Gianna Bryant's favorite player was Luka Dončić, and that means a lot to her family, the Lakers, and now Luka himself going forward with Slovenia and LA. Honestly, when the trade went down, nobody knew how to feel. Fans were shocked, media was stunned, and even Luka himself had no idea. It was kept completely secret and he was blindsided. Jeannie Buss even admitted she had never seen a player arrive in LA as sad as Luka was after that trade. Not because he hated the Lakers, but because the move hit him out of nowhere and he needed time to process it. And then there's the Kobe connection. The last time Jeannie saw Kobe alive, he had brought Gianna to a Lakers game.
In Slovenia, we didn't know how to feel. Oh my God, he's getting traded?
Yeah, it was such a surprise. Nobody knew. It was a secret. Nobody knew the trade was going to happen.
Oh, you knew.
So I knew,
yeah.
But he didn't know. And so I've never had a player come to the Lakers and be as sad as he was, not because the trade was a huge surprise to him, so he had to process it. But like with Luka, the last time I saw Kobe Bryant alive was he brought his daughter Gianna to the Lakers game to see Luka play, because Luka was Gianna's favorite player.
Oh.
And so they've always been connected in some way. And I knew that if the opportunity to have somebody like Luka on the Lakers, that it would all work out. And so, we saw in real time that Luka's a real person and he had to process what happened.
Yeah.
And, I think now he's embraced Lakers and he's all about LA, and it's good.
To watch Luka, since he was her favorite player. That bond has always tied Luka and the Lakers together, and when the chance to make the trade came up, it felt like destiny. Having someone like Luka on the Lakers always felt like it would work out, but fans saw in real time that he's human. He needed to process the shock of the trade. Now, just 6 months later, he's fully embraced LA and the Lakers, which says a lot. The organization has done everything possible to make the transition smooth, from supporting him through the move from Dallas to openly backing him playing for Slovenia. Rob Pelinka made it clear they have zero problems with it, and they've proved that by turning words into actions. The Lakers are clearly building their future around Luka, making him comfortable, and making sure he's on board for the long run. So far, they've done it right. And then you hear Jeannie Buss talk about Kobe Bryant, as a lifelong Laker and a Kobe fan herself, which makes Luka's connection to the franchise even more powerful, almost like it was meant to happen. Luka being Gianna's favorite player makes this whole story even more special. Kobe's approval of Luka Dončić, watching him in that game, which turned out to be the last time we saw Kobe at an NBA arena, carries huge meaning. Now the Lakers have traded for Luka and chosen him as the next pillar of their team. It feels like a passing of the torch from LeBron James, who Kobe openly respected, played with on Team USA, and won Olympic gold alongside, to Luka Dončić, another player Kobe clearly admired. That's not just coincidence, it's legacy. Jeannie Buss put it perfectly, and you can tell the Lakers are framing Luka as the next face of the franchise. And of course, the expectation is clear: championships. According to Dan Woik of The Athletic, Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and the entire Lakers organization already believe titles should come with Luka leading the way. Pelinka has flat out said he expects championships, not just playoff runs. With Luka Dončić and LeBron James leading the way, the Lakers aren't shy about their expectations. Whether that means one title or several, the bar is set at the very top. We'll see how it plays out, but the future clearly revolves around Luka, and now it's a new-look Luka at that. This summer, he reportedly dropped nearly 30 pounds, cutting down to about 230, and he's taken his body and training more seriously than ever before. That raises the question: are we about to see a different Luka Dončić entirely? When asked, Luka downplayed it with some humor, saying, "Honestly, nothing different. Just less tired, a little quicker on the court." Funny answer, sure, but in reality that conditioning could change everything for both him and the Lakers. A slimmer, sharper Luka might be the exact edge LA needs to turn expectations into championships. Luka is going to be playing 35-plus minutes almost every night, outside of the occasional blowout. But now, with him more energized, moving better on the court, and already showing during Eurobasket that he's defending harder and committing on both ends, this version of Luka Dončić is only going to make the Lakers stronger. That directly lifts the whole team. So yeah, I'm excited to watch not just Luka with the Lakers, but also what he shows the rest of Eurobasket, and whether we see even more of this different Luka on display. It'll be interesting to see how his chemistry with the Lakers develops, how the roster builds around him, and whether that leads to a championship push as early as this season. But that's just me. What do you all think? How do you feel about the comments from Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and Luka Dončić? From Luka playing for Slovenia this summer, to the Lakers working with him directly, to the sky-high expectations, and even the Kobe Bryant connection that Jeannie Buss talked about. How do you feel about all that? And what are your thoughts on Luka Dončić and the Lakers' future together? Drop your takes in the comments below. That's gonna wrap it up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss the next upload. As always, thanks for watching, and have a great day or night.